So when the market makes a decision, it's going to close below something. And when you're observing a scenario, you are looking for the breakout of this level here. And what this implies is that if the market breaks this level, then you have a bearish breakout to the downside. And what you want to see is a retest back above something like a shoulder level, breakout level, or the apex. That's just the normal traditional way of doing it, and it's fine and works and it's efficient. But there are times in the market where you have such a big range and you're looking at the daily and you're looking at the weekly and you're looking at H4 and you get something like this. So then for the market to actually do a breakout for you, it's actually going to take you more than, it could take you a couple of days. There's no relationship to price. It's driven by an random algorithm. So there's no telling how long it takes. It could take a day or two or whatever. But we're waiting for this. That is the, original method of doing this way of trading. And then you're looking for the retest back up and then sell. But what decision levels imply is that you can actually get an indication of price doing a candlestick by candlestick analysis, meaning that you're looking for a decision that why is price making an engulfing here, right? Is it a pullback or is it a correction or is it an actual breakout to the bottom side? That's not our job to observe. That's not we cannot say the market is going to reverse now. That's just bad vocabulary. It's very novice terminology that a person can use when you're trading. So we're not going to predict, we're going to analyze and play it by that means. So there is going to be levels here that you're going to find that will imply that price wants to go lower. So if it's not this decision level here, or the support. Let me just draw this out. And we have this one right here. What this implies is that we will get lower pricing before this even happens. So as this happens, when you get a closure below this confirmed level, let's just say what I mean by confirmation is a rejection of some sort, just a wick rejection of this level, right? This is a confirmed level when you see this happen right here. So when you see that the I guess the vocabulary that you could use, the context of wording that you could use for this is that this level had significance at one point in the past because it was able to hold price down. You can even just look at, let's just expound this a little bit more and say that this level caused a big rejection and caused price to swing for a bit of time. And then at one point, price then had to make a decision to break above this, implying that we will see higher pricing. And then let's just say that price found another key level here, rejected. And then upon the rejection, it made the decision to close below this key level. So what this implies is that you will see lower pricing. Next, what you're going to observe for is how the next candle is going to open. And we will discuss open, high, low, and close and just the organic creation of how candle is formed in another class. But for the observation of this, what you're going to see most of the time, let's just say this is H4. Um, we want to see price. This is a breakout now, right? This would be your breakout level, and this would be your source. So what you want to see is if uh, price comes up, rejects either of them to continue our bias down. And then eventually you want to see whether or not this level gets respected or not. And then this could be your support zone right here. All right. I'm going to try to illustrate this right now in the charts. So yeah, let me just explain something on the monthly time frame, and it's going to make a lot of sense just now. All right, so you can see that this level right here is very important. You can see that this level operated as resistance every time price came up to it. We had these massive swings, right? And then what you can see is that, oops, at one point in time, price had to make a decision to close above this gap level. I mean, yeah, whatever. It's a gap level right here. Close above this level. And what you see then is then price used this level as support. And then it swung for about 1,200 pips, right? And then what you see is then price had to make a decision to close below it. So after the closure below this level, you can see that it worked as resistance. And then what you see is finally price made the decision to close above this level. And then you see it's operating as support. And then ever since then, we've been riding the wave up to the bullish market. So this ideology can be applied to all your time frames. When we do multi-time frame, this is exactly what we're going to do on the monthly, on the weekly, on the daily to get signs of continuation or rejection of the trend. If I go into the weekly time frame, what I can see right here is this push up right here. It's a very unique signature and price that I want you to remember. So what you see right here is a fresh resistance. What people are doing here is trying to short the market from this level and they want to swing it, right? But what you can see right here is the market actually made a decision right there. And very closely, we can see that it closed below the level that completed this SNR, right? Whatever this level closes here or up here, it still completes this SNR, right? It's an A shape and it ends right here for this example. Then what you can also see is that if you needed some more levels to look at, what we can see is price closed below this level here. Above, excuse me. It closed above this level here, and it had a lot of significance. I don't like Pepperstone. I don't know why I'm using it. Let me just switch to Awanda, guys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, okay. So same thing right here. We have this gap level. Yes, we see this right here, but let's look for some more reasons why we can use this push up as an actual breakout. So I'm gonna pull this level across, and then we can see that price didn't need to come down. It actually, you see this fresh SNR, yeah. Look, you wouldn't actually use it on this time frame because it's not fresh. But if we use it in our method or what I'm using, you could take this buy from here for about 600 pips, and then you can take it from here about for, it's 2,000 pips. But what this is implying is that you get an earlier sign of continuation when you get breaks above these levels because you have this huge range here. You're looking for areas of resistance to the left side to be closed above before your current structure. So this is your current structure high, this is your current structure low. And you're looking for roadblocks in between to get an earlier sign of continuation, right? So then moving price along, what we see is that every time price makes a decision, it's closing above something. And then you could use these weekly level reactions to take a part of these positions here. Yes, you can see that in this case, yeah, the position, this jab down worked at the SNR. But if I drop down a time frame, I'll show you some more detail. Show you some more detail. So we see this push up right here. This is a daily push. We can see that this daily push was responsible for closing above this weekly level, right? And we can see just how sensitive this level is, right? Um, Price had to make a decision to close above it. You have a retest at this level. Price was able to hold above, and then it came back to this level, pushed again for whatever it is, right? It pushed up. And then what happened was Price had to make a decision to close below this level. And then I didn't see a reaction yet, but uh it held Price down, and then Price had to make a decision to close above it. So when you look at what actually it closed above to the left, what we can see is, yes, it closed above this decision level here. Right. This is offering us a sign of continuation. And then there was also a level to the left. I was able to identify. Yeah. Yeah, right here. This gap level, we can see it's all these rejections, support and resistance working at its finest, resistance drop, and then finally price came to respect this level. I know this is gonna,
I have
I
a
know this is
question, man.
hard. One second. I know this is completely out of your understanding of support and resistance in the Malaysian SNR space. Most people who are coming into this game, they're gonna think I'm crazy because I'm not following AKFX or I'm not, playing the founder's method. Most people don't teach this style because it's very hard to explain, and most people don't trade it because it's very hard to understand. But this is the type of stuff that you can get from this method. All right. Um, Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, I was saying like with this net, like, are you looking for like in areas where we had a lot of reactions
Rejections.
from?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Decision levels that have a lot of rejections throughout time, you see that it's operating as a sensitive zone. That's what support and resistance is. It's either going to hold it or it's going to break it, and then we're going to wait for a retest at these levels. This is just a more very sharp and more precise way of looking at it. It's no longer just zones, right? So yeah, we're trying to identify key levels that have these, right? Combine it with your SNR that you already know. I'm not saying no, don't do that because it is true, right? If you have a breakout, you're bullish because then this level becomes support. It's true. You just cannot neglect that. But I find that sometimes I'm missing out on a lot of trades because I'm waiting for structure to tell me what it needs to do. But if I'm seeing key levels being broken, I can get involved much earlier. All right, so there are some examples within this range that I want to go over. Price went up, made the decision. Okay, yes. Let me go back into the weekly time frame. And then we're gonna switch to another pair because I really don't like what gold is. This bit of price action is very hard to teach this system. I can do Euro USD and it's gonna be a lot more better. You know what? Let's just do that now because this is a big mess. Um, but just to make sure you guys know that I'm not bullshitting, um, I'll do I'll do this bit
We
of
do know
range.
that, bro. We do know that. We're
Yeah,
sure you're not bullshitting.
yeah. I just want to bring this into your attention that this is coming from a weekly decision right here. It's tricky. This one is tricky for me to commentate on, but if you follow me, you will understand, right? This is your bullish decision level right here, right? In the weekly time frame, we can see that price rejected it, but on the daily, we're going to see is that price broke through it. Let me draw this out a little bit more. Price broke through this level. The weekly rejects it. So what that would imply is that you're going to look for a retest above at some key level. This is your weekly level. Inside of your weekly candle, there's going to be a daily refined decision level. So then we're going to find something that's confirmed above. What we can see is that we have, it's not fresh. We have a valid 1, 2, 3 rejection. These are confirmations. These are great areas for you to observe for a reaction. And then, of course, when you combine confluences like trend lines, you can get these pinpoint entries. If I go to H4, I think there was also another refinement. Yes, there was. There was another decision level inside of the daily that offers you more of a precise entry. And then the way to manage this position is after the rejection, you're going to look for the intention for price to go down because this is a resistance. So it should present its hand. You can see that price had made the decision here to close below this decision level here, right? When price closes below, this immediately becomes your resistance. So you can take this position here. This is about what I think 150 pips or 230 pips. And then price comes back up to, and then you observe it. What happens if price comes here? If it rejects it, great. And what you can see here is now you have this level here too. Now overall, you have this zone to kind of manipulate and control. And then upon this, what you see is price makes another decision. I think H1 has a better glimpse, but this is still valid on H4. Let me go to H1 for you real quick. Yes, perfect. So within the H4, what do we see? We have a H1 in drop decision, and then we see confirmation, and then pinpoint entry here. So then same kind of approach. What you see right here is this. This is where I can illustrate what I mean by this position right here. So we can see this is a fresh SNR and we need to see the breakout below this level and then a retest back above to get involved, right? But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes structurally it just doesn't happen. So how can you actually manage this position from here and then even perhaps potentially add more to your position? So what you can see here is that every time price is dropping, it's actually making a decision to close below a key level. What we see, price closes below this gap level. So this right here is your breakout level. This closure, you see price now retesting SBR. Support becomes resistance, and you can take this entry here. Boom, drop. And then candlestick to candlestick analysis, right? What we see here is then price closes below this bullish rally decision, and then it becomes a sensitive area for you to look at. Let me go to M30. You can even apply this there and get more tighter refinements. Great. So we can see is that inside of the H1, there is a M30 decision level, and it offers you the final refinement right here. And to show you the M30 decision level, what did it do? Closed below this M30 rally decision. So now you can do is kind of narrow things down over to just this zone here. But obviously you have your pinpoint positional M30 level here. That's offering you an area, a zone for you to control price, right? And then again, what do you see? M30 making a drop decision. And what did it close below? Let me clear the chart for a sec. Okay, boom. We see this guy make a decision to close below this level here. Don't worry about the wicks. We're thinking about more of the objective break, right? This level is, as opposed to this one, is more significant because you see that this is a rally decision. You guys are gonna get blown away by this right now. Check this out. What did this price candle close above? Close above this gap level. and then price operates, uses this as support. Price had to make the decision to break the support, and now it becomes your resistance. And then obviously when we use trend lines and stuff, we can get stuff like this. I think there's even more of a refinement. You can get stuff like that. To get this the second candle, let's see if I can spot something pretty. Yeah, you can get stuff like this, right? This is a 1, 2, 3 touch, boom, drop. And then continuing, I mean, you just think about it. If you can capture one of these movements per day or two of them per day, you don't need to do too much, man. 60 pip drop. And the Malaysians and traders now, what they're trying to do is flip accounts and trying to make the most out of the movement that they're capturing. So what you'll see is people layering a bunch of orders here, and then I will show you the entry stuff. It's very, very powerful, but you can enter positions here, you can enter positions here, and then close out at a fixed number in your head. I don't really use this method anymore because I'm trading futures, and the stacking orders thing isn't really feasible because if you are entering the market and you try to enter again, you're getting filled at the aggregate price. So the average price of where the price is now and your current entry. So if I'm here and price is here, it's gonna fill me at the average. And that's just how futures are. So eventually one day I'll come back into Forex, but right now it's not really allowed me to do that with all the brokers and regulations being set in place in the United States. And I hope that gives you a small little, uh, understanding of how I'm doing this. We're gonna continue on now with another pair. Let's do Euro USD, and then we'll do start with the daily and try to find, or actually, you know what? Let's go to the monthly and see what we see on the monthly. It's always nice to find these levels on the higher time frames so we can get the overall directional bias. All right, let me just see where we are on the yearly. We can see on the yearly time frame, price had made a decision to break below something. It's closed below this level here, offering us this rejection here. Let's go to the monthly. Ever since that close, monthly has been bearish on Euro USD. And then within that monthly candle, we have a decision level right here. And then let's just get some more evidence of why this is a good level. So this is a good example of saying, yes, SNR breakouts are definitely valid right here. This is a breakout. That's great. So let's actually try to find something even on the left as well. Current structure is great. You can see that it broke the current structure, but I like to sometimes even map out stuff that happened to the right to offer me some more confluences. What I can see here is that it's closed below this decision level that had a reactionary push up. So this level is also a break here, and it happens to line up together, so it's all good. Um, all right, so if I were to follow price action, this is a decision level here. We have this open here. I'm going to measure out what did it flows to your left. And what we see here is that it closed below this decision level here. And we have closure below this level here, right? This is a decision level, right? Because check this out. This one was a bullish rally decision. Price had to close above this gap level. And then what did it do? It retested this gap level to push price up and swing for, several months or, years. Price had to make the decision to close below it. Now, when you see the closure below this level and this level, we see the reactions come there. Then we had these you know, reactions there for several months, many months. Then we see again price come back up into this range. I just want to check it though. Where is it coming? Let me go into the 12-month real quick. I don't really use it, but it's offering. I see something that's I can see some stuff actually. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, man. This is 3 month right here, decision level. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. Check this out. It's closed below this level here. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Price had to break this. And then after breaking it, price had to retest the breakout level to take this down. In this example here, this push up, what we can see is that, yeah, it's respected your classic SNR. This is 3 month, by the way. Let's mark that out real quick and go to the monthly. All right, so this rejection is coming from this guy as we had marked. And then inside of this monthly candle, let's see what's inside of it. Let's go to the weekly. Well, let's follow structure. Let's see. Oops, we have a drop decision right here. Okay, so what we can see here is that our closest V-shape SNR is this guy right here. Right here. But we need an indication for either price wants to go down or up. How are we going to do that after we see this rejection right here? For the technical continuation, what you can do here is pull this across and see if it has closed below anything significant to the left. And yes, we can see that it's closed below. The most obvious one is this one. And then you can draw out this one as well. It's a little bit messy. It's a very contracted bit, but if I draw these across, we can see is then price using this level as resistance after the break. It's very messy, but still valid. But let's
Brother,
drop
may I
down and
ask something, please?
sure, sure.
See, bro, as for me, as a beginner in the DL MSNR world, or we'll call it your world of MSNR,
Yeah.
won't I be trapped in many fake outs? Like fake
Meaning,
breakouts?
uh,
As a beginner, I mean. Like until my eye gets used to it, you know? Is
well,
that common
the
or?
no, it's not common. The misconception is that what happens are this is probably one of the biggest things that I see my guys do is they'll have resistance and they'll have support. And we have this little range. And let's just say we're pushing down, right? The market will probably most likely make the decision to close below. Uh, Let's just say we have a bullish breakout right here. Bullish drop rally decision. And then the markets made the decision to close below this level. We have the breakout of your support. We have the breakout of your decision level. Great. Boom. Whenever there's a breakout, there has to be a retest or correction, correct? That's just like more of a
Yes.
structural thing, right? There's just always some type of retest at some key level to continue the direction that we broke out from. What happens sometimes is price will do this, make a rally decision. And let me just draw these out nicely, bro. Red. And I'll show you some examples of this in the chart in just a moment. Let me just illustrate it. What happens is then price made a rally decision. So what people think is in the beginning, you're going to see that this is a drop decision. So immediately in your mind, you're going to comprehend as price wanting to drop down crazy. But what happens is after a breakout, there's always the expectancy, or there should always be the likelihood of a high chance that price may want to correct and rebalance itself. So this happens. And when this happens, people get confused at the bias. So they'll see this drop decision breakout of your SNR, but then they'll see this right here and get confused completely. So the correction is what people get confused by. What is an actual continuation or a correction? So the fact is that we have a breakout, and the next thing we see is that price made the decision to go up. So the likelihood of price going up to correct is there, and the likelihood of price going back into this area is still there. That's why we play it level by level instead of structure. So now let's go into the chart and look at some examples of this. Right. So like this right here. Like this right here. So price made the decision here to break below. This is an S&R break as well. What people are going to look at is they're going to say, well, what broke this? And they're going to say this one right here, right? So then they're going to try to sell from here and they'll get trapped. So yes, the possibility of you getting trapped is there, right? But understanding that you see how this breakout, yeah, we had this pullback, but then it gave you this continuation down. So how can you avoid that? Most of the time, whenever you have this kind of uh, whenever you have this discrepancy, it's always going to be related to a higher time frame. So that's why when we do multi-time frame, we're always going to work off of the higher time frames, weekly, daily, H4, and then get the direction from there. That's the main thing. It's being able to determine the direction. The POIs are going to be a little bit different as far as entry points and stuff like that. Meaning when you can determine direction, you can play the lower time frames and you can take the intraday plays. But if you can line yourself up with the idea that maybe sometimes weekly is bearish, then daily and H4 is bullish, that could suggest that there's going to be a pullback. And we will maintain that idea until further notice of like daily closures about above weekly decision levels and stuff like that, and that usually will be enough for you to control the price. um this is a little bit choppy, but I can explain it. I just don't want to I don't want to bring in multi-time frame in yet because I want to just get the ideas of the decision levels across. Because if you can understand that, then you can understand multi-time frame much more simpler. Right. So the basic view I want you guys to just kind of get used to looking at is the identification of your decision levels and then seeing what it broke through to the left. Yes, we want to see this closure here, of course, but there's going to be something to the left if there. And then swipe gold is kind of hard because there isn't anything to the left, but it's not impossible if we can wait for gold to establish some type of range within the structure, but there's nothing yet. So it's kind of a tricky thing to trade. Where's my example? No, 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 no. Sorry guys, let me find this guy. Oh yeah. That's not an example I'm looking at. Okay, so this guy right here, for example, even you can gauge what this minute movement do to the left. Most currently, what we can see is the break of this confirmed level. After you see the closure below it, you can take this retest and drop. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna try to capture this whole movement. The fact that I see that the price has broken through a confirmed level, I take this reaction for about 20, 30 pips. And usually that's enough for me and the setup. But of course, if I'll show you how to manage the position. I'll show you how you can capture this. But to give you a brush over, when you see this retest and this body closure, you're going to identify that as your level of, resistance. Now, this is your most recent level of resistance. And then what support did it break? This is a big candle. It's most definitely closed below quite a few levels. What I see is this level here. So this level is important to me because we see a rejection of this level first. Price made a decision. When price made the decision to close below it, it held price down. And then at one point in time again, it retested it. Price had to make the decision to close above it. Again, it had to make the decision to close below it. Once you see the close below it, retest and drop. And then um this push do anything significant. This candle here. No, it's just a continuation candle down. It didn't make a bullish decision, nor did it close below anything significant on this time frame. So you would still remain bearish. That the next candle shows us a lot more information. We have this right here. Oh, sorry. We have this one. And yes, we can identify this one here. But if this wasn't here, for example, what can we find to the left? We have this level here. Oops. You have this level here. You have, I want to use this one the most because I see that rejection is coming from this guy right here. Oops. Yep. Yep. That's good. That's a good level because why? Let me show you something. See this push up? Closed above this decision level here. So it becomes support to buy. And then you see this rejection come from this level. Rejection. Each time price had to make a decision to either close above it. If it was a close above it, it was a retest back down to go up. And then the decision to close below it was it becomes, resistance to drop. Um, Let me see if I'm just curious on H4 if there's a trend line actually. I'm just curious. Oh yeah. This is one of the trend lines that we'll use. All right, so if you want to manage this position again, what do we see? We have a type 1 drop decision closing below your most current rally Decision. I don't know if it gets tapped into. Looks like it's a miss. No worries. There's some levels here that we could use as well. I mean, it's also closing below this SNR as well, so that's a confirmation for a retest back up. Let me go to H4, H1 and see if there's anything clearer. It's, obviously, I'm just working on one time frame, so the refinements are now that I do find the refinements, we see H1 decision level here. And then we can see that it's closed below your rally decision. Rejection drop. Of course, price isn't perfect all the time. This might throw you off, but um it might throw you off, yeah, for sure. It does to me as well. But we can't control what we can't control that actually. Um well, I do see actually this one too. Use comes back to them and respects him. This is nice. This is nice. Because you see a confirmation at this point. So to avoid, trying to get in too early, waiting for that confirmation is actually good too. This happens. And if you look at price, right, just on a naked chart, let's go to H4. Most swings are starting after some multiple rejections, right? If you look very closely, this is two rejections, two rejections, two rejections, two rejections, two rejections, two rejections. Most swings are, that's just how they look, right? Two rejections drop. That's why we look for confirmations. Now, if we just look at this bit of price action right here, we'll go to H1. H1 refinements, two rejections. And then if you wanted to use the top one, you certainly can as well. So this would be your H4. Curious as well. Yeah, there is. Beautiful. Entry here, drop. Let's go to USD CAD. Let's see. Let's see. No, you know what? Let me go to Euro JPY. I actually heard a lot of good things, and I remember trading it before. Lately, people have been trading this pair. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's go to daily. Daily is telling me that price is bullish. Oh yeah, JPY is bullish. True, true. It's very bullish. I love this, man. This is very pretty to look at. This is very nice to look at. So that being said, let me actually go to the monthly. Yeah, there was a shelf right here that price was kind of in, and then it finally broke out. So the yen actually might be going up a lot more higher from what speculators are seeing. But anyways, let's look at this bit. I'll go to weekly. I can see that monthly is not offering too much information. But nevertheless, let's just start from a random point in time and play it by candle by candle. All right, so on the weekly time frame, you can see that there's this push up here. We have this fresh SNR level right here that we're unsure whether or not if it's going to hold or not, and that's not our business. Our business is to identify the open and the close. So we'll do that. Okay, so there's a couple pieces of information here that we can already see. Is We actually broke above this level here. It's decision level. That's been confirmed. So that is our first indication that we'll get higher pricing, meaning that this next candle, it doesn't mean this is going to break out. It means that we are more likely to see higher pricing than not, because this would be what your breakout level. No, this is your decision, and this is your breakout level. Price closed below it, retested it. So if this was really truly resistance, price should have knocked itself down. But price found support here. Let me just see something real quick. I want to see something. What kind of significance does this level have? Yeah, it's closed above multiple levels here. See, this is a breakout right here. And breakout supports buy price needed to break. Well, it made the decision to close below it, but it was unable to sustain itself after finding support at this level here. So it made the decision to go up and then giving us a sign of continuation up above. So then if we were to track price, then the next point is right here. We can identify, yes, this is our breakout level, but it closed below, above that level, was below above this level. Most likely guaranteed, if I drop down a time frame within this SNR level, we are going to find a decision level. So let's do that. I'll come back into the weekly in just a moment. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so daily, we see this gap level. We see that this push actually closed above this gap level. So our refinements is that right there. Boom. Can't get this straight. My fault. uh, okay. Good, good, good. Boom. Retest by. Um, okay, so there are some nuances that I hope that you guys are kind of like feeling it out a little bit. That's probably the most important thing, just kind of observing, seeing how I'm doing it first before trying to understand it. Then you'll understand later on after you come back and revisit this again. It might be a little bit overwhelming now, but I swear to God, after third or fourth time you come back to it, you're just gonna be kind of like, okay, I'm starting to feel it now, right? So we see this decision level closing above this decision level most currently. You see, before this happens, right? We want to see rejection, SNR breakout, and then retest. We're actually able to get involved much quicker. So now if we drop down a time frame, what I can see, let me just label these as week daily levels. This is definitely totally some multi-time frame stuff. I promised myself I wouldn't go into it, but let's do it anyways. A little bit. H4, refinement of the daily. What we're going to do is identify points on the H4 conveniently. Oh yeah. Conveniently, we have this daily and H4 lining up together, so the refinement really doesn't need to be made. But to label it is quite important as well. We can see daily and H4 lining up together. H4 break of daily level, and then H4 retest to buy again. And if I wanted to, because we don't, mom, I don't know if you guys do or not, but I don't really enter from H4. So taking this on an H4 time frame, I can do it. I've done it before, but I'd rather wait for some type of extra confirmations on the lower time frame. Um, First, I just want to see if there's a trend line. Oh yeah, something like that, right there. Resistance, su supports, resistance support. So this trend line, I'll kind of show it you right now. It's this schematic right here. We have resistance, support, resistance. You have resistance, support, and actually, no, this is the breakout trend line. Actually, this is resistance, support, break, support to buy again. Yeah. All right, no problem. We'll move forward. Let's go to H1 real quick though. I'm curious how you can get this entry on the H1. All right. So as far as refinements go, there aren't really too many, and that's fine because I'd rather play from daily H4 levels anyways. But for me to get an understanding of the price, this is great. Um, what I do see though is price definitely jabbing into your SNR level here. But then that would be go against my rules because if I do consider SNR, it would need to be fresh and it's not fresh because, well, actually, excuse me, it is fresh because price broke through it, making this a fresh level. Okay, yeah, it's fine. You can use it. Um, but I'm weird, bro. I always will find a decision level before I consider SNR because my rules are kind of set around just looking at DLs from here on out. Um, like I'm weird like this, but I'd rather consider this level instead of the SNR because this level has the rejection here. I can just see the effort that it took for price to break above it after all these rejections here that the market finally made the decision to break above this level and then we have a retest of it. I can form a better story behind it, to be honest. All right, so then moving price forward, if I wanted to manage this position for whatever it can give me, how can I do it without, we just hopelessly waiting for this to happen, right? Boom. Like if I'm waiting for this to happen, but sometimes that doesn't happen. It just takes me out. So if I play it level by level, then I can probably get a better form of management right here. So after the big time frame daily H4 rejection, what I see was that this is the first thing I want to see. I want to see that once I get my entry, price making the decision to leave, right? To break out. This is step one. This is the breakout right here. Initial current price breakout. This is what the breakout of the open of the
Oh,
previous bear.
so can I ask a question there? So
Go ahead.
with the breakout, right? Even if let's say the body closed above that level by even a pip, still is it still like a breakout?
In theory, that's still a breakout because you're engulfing the previous open.
Okay.
In theory, it is a breakout. Yes, yes. But once you combine everything together, the logic of the storyline, daily H4 rejection, H1 rejection, we have even SNR break, we have a rally decision. Everything kind of is already pointing towards the upside anyways. So that's a good thing for the structure. I'm going to try to identify something maybe to the left. Yes, you can use this level here. but then it's really not necessary because you're closing above SNR anyways. So I guess you can just kind of pull it to the left and see, consider it. So pushing price forward. Yes, we have a pullback, but that is just a re-entry opportunity to go up. Actually, I should have showed this bit, right? To manage, excuse me, let me just take this back. I'm sorry. What we see is this push up rally decision, and then we see close above this guy right here. Just this level here, you can see how sensitive it is, rejection. I don't know if it's in structure or whatever, but I can see that in 138, 22, 26, whatever, we're seeing a lot of effort being drawn to it, right? So when price made the decision to break this key level right here, then we get a sign of continuation. And then let's see if this breaks. Um, well, first we want to see for the next structural point, what did it break? Most currently, we can see that it broke this level. So the chances of seeing higher pricing are more higher than lower pricing. What I can also see is that price also closed above this guy right here. So we'll see higher pricing, right? It was a break and retest at this level. And then we get the break of your SNR.
May I ask
Um,
something, brother, please?
yeah, go ahead.
I know we're just on the first guess, but for example, this example where it was a break and a retest. Can we
Mhm.
see how you would have entered it? Like the
Yeah,
entry, how is it going to be? If you
sure,
wouldn't
sure,
mind. Thank you.
sure. All right, so price broke it. Okay, we see that break. Great. Um, by This is M30. I'll drop down one more time frame. I won't go anywhere below that. Yeah, okay. Okay, great. It's all relative. It's really nice to see this stuff. M15 rally decision to break above M30. I mean, M15 rally decision to break above M30 H1 in line with the continuation of a bullish market. Price had closed above this engulfing M15. So this becomes your breakout level, and we can see how it beautifully it rejects them. I can enter just like that. Um, Trend lines aren't required all the time, but if I were to find one, let's see if there's something there for me. This points. Yeah, I would use this as a confluence. I would use that as a confluence. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then, looking at the time, it's probably this is Frankfurt going into Frankfurt. Yeah, this is when usually volume kind of comes in. Yeah, that's how I would
Yeah,
enter
because
this.
I think Frankfurt it's the Euro session, and then an hour later it's like London, GBP.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We are looking at Euro JPY. That is a prime time for them because it's Australia to Tokyo transitioning into the Frankfurt. So yeah, that's when you would see the Asian market doing the whole manipulation type of schematic thing. I don't really follow it, but it does that. Um, yeah. And trees are going to be very interesting. I know I'm kind of going over management before that, but I'm just kind of showing you because of I kind of have to show you this because this right here, we were able to take part of this whole play before even um the SNR breakout. right? So if now we can see that we have this breakout of the H1 SNR. Let's see how most people would have played this trade, right? They would have missed out on this whole move, and they would have to sit through this to get this retest here, to get this buy. So that's the epitome of the one of the reasons why I'm using this stuff right here than the SNR. Okay. Price buys. Let's see where price is reacting from. Again, I also wanted to encourage you before I forget to say it. I want you guys to start forward testing this stuff. Like on a demo or a small account, as opposed to doing this. You're gonna right now, I guess you can do it on a replay block by block, but once you start learning about OHLC also, that's going to play a part more. I guess I'll just explain what it is a little bit. I don't want to bring in too much stuff because I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed and hate me for it and say that I'm not the best teacher. But because I've had people say that before. OHLC, I'm gonna have to explain it again next time, but what OHLC implies is that this is a bullish candle and this is a bearish candle. Probably might have seen this before, but I'm gonna have to illustrate it again anyways. Um, every bullish and bearish candle has a high, a low, an open, and a close. Yeah, I don't have white. Sorry, I have to make this white. Okay, and let me slide this over a bit. The formation of this candle is these candles are what we're going to need to pay attention to at one point during our mentorship. So pretty much what this tells us is that if this is a bullish candle, it's going to open up here. It's going to drop down. It's going to go up. And then it's going to close. Open, low, high, close. For the bearish candle, it's the opposite. It's going to be open, high, low, and then close. So what does this mean? In writing, means if bullish, price should go down first. If bearish, price should go up first. And this theory is much more consistent on the higher time frames, hence why we focus more on the higher time frames, right? If bullish on a weekly candle, right? That means the first couple of days of the week, we're going to see the formation of the open and then the low. And then it's gonna, throughout the week, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you'll see the creation of the high, and then Friday, maybe this stuff happens. That's why people say, I don't really trade Fridays because I'm bullish, but all of a sudden we got a Friday sell off. Same thing right here. If bearish, price should go up first and then go down. So the reason why I say I want you to do the real lifetime forward testing is because once you start incorporating this logic, you're going to see how H4 candles are being formed. You're going to see how daily candles are being formed just based off of this logic alone. Is that if I'm bullish on H4, I'm going to take a screenshot of this and I'll send this to you guys so for your notes. But let me show you. Let me show you. Just very simply, right? This candle, yeah, this candle here. Good. This is a rally decision. Closed above your SNR. Very simply. This is a breakout. So the idea of OHLC, what it's suggesting is that this is a breakout. The next H4 candle, it should open up first here, go down, reject my key level, entry buy. So now let me go into H1. Oh, please let me find this level. Damn, 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 damn. I gotta find this. Okay, okay. H1. Okay, great. So let me actually denote this candle right here. Yeah. Okay, so you see, right? This candle closed above. This is 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then correct. The next H4 candle would open, close. Yeah. Okay, great. So this next candle, what we see is price went down first, open, went down first, and then went up. So we're going to actually start studying this H4 daily, weekly. If a daily candle is, if we're bullish on the daily, why are we bullish here, you know? Let's first check that out. We've got this gap level closed above something, whatever it is, it closed above something. Sorry, I don't want to say whatever it is. Let's actually identify it. Closed above this level here. So these are our source and this is our breakout level, and we want to see price retest either of them. So this retest on H4, let's see what it looks like. Great. Um, First, let me just find out. This is the week of 19. Okay. Or no, that doesn't even matter. I should look at it from, okay, 19 Monday, Sunday. Okay, great, great. So Friday closure was, okay, Friday closure was right there. Great, 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 great. Let me take this out. So Wednesday, Thursday's pushing up. Friday, by the time Friday happened, we had the breakout already, right? So in the end of the week, you're going to determine that price is bullish. And then you're going to determine that because of that, the next couple days of the following week, Monday and Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, price is gonna sell off. And that's what it happened. That's what happened. Sunday, Asian market open, sell, sell, sell. Monday, pre-New York or no, London session came back into your decision level order block, SNR level here, and took the test up. More on this theory later, but this is very true, and we are going to apply that and study and observe. That's why I only trade like one or two pairs because I'm studying lifetime price action, studying the closures of each time frame, and I'm like very hyper focused on these movements. Um, so that's allowing me to extract the profits. Like that's why I scalp because I'm playing like not micro level, and I don't want to say micro level to leave a bad taste in your tongue, saying that this is a scalping strategy, which is completely not. It's just that I have to scalp based off of the brokerage that I'm working with and the platform that I'm currently with. If they allowed me to hold positions overnight and they I mean yeah, hold positions overnight and stack my positions, you best believe I would be catching this, I would be catching this, and then retest by these levels continuation. I would do that for sure, but I can't. And not unfortunate. I kind of like it because I'm not having to, get this entry here and then buy up and then already understanding that because we had some breakout, I have to sit through this retracement. I hate these retracements. Even though I'm in the right direction, I hate this stuff. And then this happens, bro, it's not fun, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of me staring at the screen, praying to God that the price will go up. Me praying for 4 hours for price to do something that it's going to do, but the relationship of price and time aren't there, and I'm becoming hopeless. So then I will close my trade and then try to get the sell, just psychological barriers that's causing me to think that price is going to reverse when it's really not. So if I got the reaction here, I'm going to close it, understanding that price is bearish, and I'll just wait for price to realign itself again with the bias, and then I'll continue to buy. So let me just kind of go over what we see on gold so far, and then we'll wrap it up. I think that was a good discussion. Is there any questions though, just on decision levels and what I've showed you so far? Trust me, when you watch this session, I think I did a good job at explaining a lot of the the surface level, not even surface level. It is pretty deep. It went in pretty deep. So if you watch this a few times at like 1.5 speed, just get it into your subconscious. Trust me, it'll be really cool. It'll be really cool. Um, what else can I say? Yeah, so watch this a couple times. When we come back again, I'm going to do another demonstration of this, and then we'll do more in-depth multi-time frame work. So now you guys can see, right, why I'm not teaching multi-time frame right away. It's because if you can understand this, the same thing what I've showed you in a couple examples where I did multi-time frame, I did the same exact thing. It's just refining those levels of the higher time frame, which you'll do with any other strategy in SNR or any other strategy. You're going to find the refined levels of a refined levels of a refined level. And that gets a little bit confusing. So if you can understand the basic concept of decision levels, you'll be in good hands. And then really after that is just using time and closing price and trend lines to get into trade. This is probably the hardest part, I know, but it's not it won't be after a while. But well, I guess one thing that people do get confused with is when they start incorporating other things. So you see, like I am trading SNR, but I'm not using that style. And that's why I'm able to fluidly explain this concept. And for you to understand it is going to be a little foreign because you're so used to seeing the other style, which is again, it's not wrong and it doesn't work. I mean, it does work. I'm not saying it doesn't. But yeah, if I'm using decision levels, I'm only going to use decision levels. And I'll try to find a story to justify them. Yeah, yeah. Any questions?
No questions on my end. But yeah, I saw like some similarities to what you showed me, especially like with the wigs,
Yeah.
right? Because
So
I remember like,
go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, because I was saying like, remember when I had shown you like those entries that I had on AUD JPY.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, where I say I literally just drew like horizontal lines where like price had multiple rejections and stuff. Yeah, but at the
Yes.
time, there was no logic behind it, basically.
I see.
You
Yes,
know,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was
There's
no
no
logic.
logic. You're just drawing zones. That's it.
Yes.
And
So now at least with like Malaysian SNR, it adds a bit of it adds logic to that basically, and it gives more confidence basically. You know.
it does. So now you're just looking for the intention that breaks that level, and then also identifying some key levels, like right here. This is the key level that was broken, and then after the breakout, support, support inside of the zone. I mean, literally, bro, you can even do it that way, right? This is your source right here. This source level was able to break above this gap level that caused price to shoot up. And then ever since then, we see price shooting up. This is very sensitive zone. In order for this to break, price would need to make a decision to close below it. But then this is also another example. When you see this happening, price made the decision to shoot down and was unable to close below this level. It rejected it instead. Upon the rejection, we see that price make a decision and it flew away. And then it broke the decision that took price down. And then what do you see? Price shoots up. Break, retest. How can you get involved here? Let me show you. I love these quick jab retest levels. Like this is so cool to see, just quick and fly. Especially when it's like, during those market hours where you expect the volume to come in. It's the best to see that stuff. This happened around, yeah, London, New York time right here. So after that, boom. Yeah, break. And if I were to go to H1, actually, probably find a better entry. Mhm. Yeah. So price made the decision right here to break above this gap level here. Rejection, rejection. How to mitigate the drawdown with the trend line. We will find stuff like this. I'm curious. I'm gonna just test this one out. Yeah, this one right here. This is support, or no, yeah, this is, yeah, support. Okay, this is this trend line right here. I'll show you. We have a trend line that has a head in between points A or B, or we have this right here. So for this trend line, what you can see is that the head is in between A or B, and this one is B and C. What we see here is, okay, let me label this out. This is support, 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 right? Support, head, support, support, trend line. We have support, head, support, support. Let me draw this out. Support, head, support, support. Bye.
Uh, Brother, when you're done, if it's possible, just when we're going to wrap up, if it's possible for me, just share my screen. I just want to ask one question, please.
Sure,
I
go ahead.
marked up something. No, I want to share my screen and just show you something. I marked it up. I just want to make sure if I'm marking up the right things or you'd have done it another way.
Yeah, yeah, you can share your screen. I'm gonna stop mine.
I'm not, I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, no, you're good, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. Can you see my chart?
Yeah.
Okay. So Simply, this is what I got. Yeah, there is no higher time frame level or anything, but just simple markup for what I would have done on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so yeah, I got this, the classic and whatever here and everything. Okay, we got
Mm,
the transposition here and whatever. I just wanted to confirm one thing. This is how I would have taken it if it was the MSNR I'm doing right now. But
mhm.
what I've seen, like with the decision levels you explained today, it's something this way. Am I doing it the right way? Because this broke. Okay,
Yep,
this gave me the classic break and it was respected here. So will this be applicable here?
absolutely. Yep. You can use
So
this. You would yeah, you identify this as your source, and then obviously you would identify when it broke to the left, and
yeah,
then wait for the retest there. I like this level here because we can see that at one point in time there was effort for price to push price above. Prices buyers were being trapped, and then the market made the decision to drop down and then give us a retest back up to sell. Yep.
if for
And
example I
then
use this level, will it be MS or will it be more smart to use this level since the difference is just a bit too small? You know what I mean?
I like the this one right there. That's better.
The one
The one that you
currently?
have now.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, preferably, I would like to trade from this one, but this one is completely valid as well.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Now I see it. Now I see it because this gave us the respect to this. At first, then it was okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Like a flip
Yes,
zone.
correct. Yeah, I see it clearly. And even
Hmm
with the 2550, it would still be viable for this
hmm
hour
That's
market.
perfect. Perfect sell. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, perfect.
thank you, thank you. I just wanted to clarify this.
If you guys can send me more examples. I mean, your homework is this right here, exactly right here, what you're doing right here.
Mm,
Maybe not the trend lines if you don't feel comfortable yet, but if you feel like
mm,
you want to practice them while you do the homework, no problem. You can do it too.
sure.
But this is
But one
exactly what I
thing,
want you to do.
brother, whatever
Yeah,
I'll do, like I hope you would be a little bit lenient with it, that I'm going to try to combine what I already know with what I'm being taught by you. Okay,
for
so
sure, bro, for
yeah,
sure.
just like you said before. So I hope you don't take any offense of it or like I'm not following whatever
No,
you're
no, no, no,
saying.
no, no.
Please, yeah.
The reason why I sound a little bit stern is because what my system is working for me, and I told you at the introduction that if you have other things that you're using to combine with what I'm showing you, please use it. I'm not going to teach other things combined with what I'm still showing. I'm going to show you storyline and direction based off of how I use it. So rest assured, I'll give you my approach. And if other things that you're going to combine, please share with me and share me stuff like this, like record videos of you doing your top down. I'm gonna encourage you later on, show me your thought process, tell me this, just so then you get comfortable with combining things. I'm here to help you with that. I'm not here to make you switch everything,
Yeah.
SNR is just what I'm showing you is just a subcategory of support and resistance. I'm just showing you a different view, but you're using SNR from your view, and I encourage you to use it if it works for you. Yeah. Yeah. No, no worries. I don't take any offense to it. I sound like I do, but I'm not because I'm very passionate about my decision levels. No one teaches it in the industry like I do. So, um,
Oh.
I protect it like it's like my little baby. Yeah, dude, for
Yeah, I
real.
can see that.
Dude, it's special to me, man. It's changed my condition for the best, and it's helped a lot of
Alhamdulillah.
people, man. Yeah,
I
alhamdulillah,
can
man.
see that. I can see that. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
And you can
Really
even
good
use
to
this
know.
one here too.
Which one is that? Oh, okay, yeah, because okay, okay. This was giving it was acting as a support resistant,
Yep.
no, the other way around, sorry. And this was giving the opposite. Yeah, it was supporting it going higher, then low, then it broke. So RBS, SPR, whatever it is called, then it came
For
back.
sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And both wouldn't have triggered the stop loss that I
Yep.
set.
Yep. That's great. Your average stop loss for a trade is what, 25 pips ish?
See, for gold, it's 25. 25 for gold. For EU or GU or like whatever the rest are, I use 5 pips.
That's
So
amazing, bro. That's amazing.
I had something, yeah, for example, this, yeah, this was, if I'm not mistaken, on the 30 minutes or something, I'm not sure.
Oh, let me read. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. I forgot what was it on, but I think it was transposed to 15 maybe. Yeah, it's the 15. No, still something lower. I'm not even sure. But see, even this had stop loss, this didn't, and this didn't. But this I didn't enter. As I told you, the problem with my SFT accounts, they're transitioning to C Trader.
Yeah.
So yeah, as they're transitioning to C Trader, we
Have you
can't use
used it
our accounts.
before?
Yeah. Which one is it? C Trader?
Yeah.
I've used it for like a day or two, maybe 8 months ago, 6 months ago. I was trying a new broker,
Yeah.
and I went back to old little MT5, the one I enjoyed using. So
Okay. Is it better than MT4 and 5?
to be honest, I was already used to MT5. I hated MT4 to be honest previously. So when I
Yeah.
went to
Yeah.
MT5, I was
So
more
bad.
than happy with. Yeah, really, really, really bad. So when I went to MT5, I was just good with that. So what I'm thinking right now, maybe even I will have to calculate the cost if it's worth it or no. I do have a personal account on IC Markets, which still uses MT5, but I'll calculate the cost. If it's cost efficient or no, I might even create one new account with like a demo account maybe, or just a regular account with fixed amount, like for example, $100, and so that so I would just know my risk and everything, and I'll just use a Traders Connect to copy it to CTrader if I'm not willing to use CTrader at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll just go, they just
You
allowed the
guys ever heard
integration.
of Trade Locker?
I've heard about it. I think it's created by QBanks, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm
QBanks
not
and his
sure. I'm not
group.
sure, but yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it's
Oh,
someone. Yeah. But excuse me. They're linking, the MT4 account details to it's like an intermediary that's connecting you to TradingView. So you can trade
okay,
from, yeah, yeah.
that's nice.
I think it's still developing, but I think that's going to become like something that
In the future,
people will,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
with everything
Hopefully,
going on, you mean?
yeah, hopefully, man, or hopefully a MetaTrader freaking
Just
decides to
leaves. Yeah, it's time for
decide to,
MetaTrader to be out of the market. To be honest,
yeah, bro,
either
it's
they fix their
wild.
shit or they leave. To be honest, it's not
I
normal
mean,
what
the
they're
fact
doing.
that like they haven't made an update or they haven't done anything to like, you know, at least revamp, with all the freaking technology that we have, like
Correct.
it's just it sucks, bro. Yeah, it sucks.
It feels like they want to stay outdated.
It's
They're
so
doing it
weird though.
purposely. I know. I know.
Like what? Why though? Like I'll pay you guys extra money for like another like
But yeah, it even looks like an open source application. To be honest, the user
yeah,
interface and
dude.
everything, it looks open source. Doesn't look like there's a big company behind it. MetaQuotes. It's a big company.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
don't understand.
how do you find trading with TradingView? Is it good or no?
It's fluid. It's fluid. It's good.
Really?
You can manage very nicely on the charts and your
And
analysis is all there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and how's the change from lot sizes to contracts, or you didn't have to go through that? I've heard it's a bit
No,
difficult.
actually I had to yeah, there is a small slight learning curve
Yeah.
because trading like because what happens is now you're kind of measuring point differential to point count. So like for example, one contract on gold, if it moves 10 points, is $100. Say, for example, and it's a point from the decimal of the tens. So from 2001 to 2002, it needs to move 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 points. One contract, that's $100. For price to go to $1, it's $100. But for
And are
NASDAQ,
these points the same as ticks or there's something else?
it's ticks, yeah. You can consider that as
They're
ticks,
the
yeah.
same thing? You
Yeah,
know why
they're
I'm
the same
asking?
thing.
Because, with Forex, the pips and points are a big difference. So
For
it
sure.
took me around
I
a
guess
year
it's
or
just
so just to get the hang of it?
yeah, it's just the next like yeah, tick.
Yeah.
And then in the charts you'll see with the futures, it's just you slide your cursor up, whatever number comes next is the point, whatever, tick, tick, tick. Um, with NASDAQ, if for it to go to $1, it's actually divided by four, right? So it's by quarter, and each point is $5. So for every dollar NASDAQ moves, it's $20 per contract. And NASDAQ
Mm.
moves so fucking fast, bro. Like $5 push is like happens in like this, and you have two or three contracts on. So you can just imagine how quickly, bro. I just want to show you, man. Oh man, it's wild, bro. I mean, I get the goosebumps. The trade that I caught today, it was less than 5 minutes and it was like $4,000, bro. It was just
MashaAllah.
over fucking whelming, bro. Overwhelming, bro. If I held it even longer, it would have been at least $10,000. But I learned the hard way that if you're trading NASDAQ, it's better to just it's better to just leave, and just
Yeah.
take whatever you can get and
Cool.
come back again. Same with gold,
Definitely.
actually, with contracts and stuff. You want to kind of if you're trading futures, bro, the thing about them is that you want to be in and out pretty quickly. Unless you have like, $1 million account and you're okay with, you know what I mean? But most people don't have that kind of account. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm kind of operating in a prop firm kind of mindset. And when you trade prop firms, there's just a lot of another layer or multiple layers of pressure that are added on your shoulders. So to reduce that pressure, it's better to just close the trade and then try to, multiply, the amount of trades that you take, not to expose your risk, but like, you know what I mean? Like, well, Forex platforms, you can hold overnight and you have other capabilities, but futures, they don't allow you to do that kind of shit. Like if you have if you have your personal account, you need to have at least like $50,000 to be able to hold overnight, which like I can do, but it's
50,000.
like yeah, but it's like the stock futures market can gap up sometimes and stuff like that, and stock
Oh,
market can do
okay.
that.
Mm.
Overnight session can be a little bit hectic sometimes, so it's better to just close your positions at 4 p.m. and then start again the next day, kind of things. Yeah. To be honest, I've been more profitable in trading futures than I have been with Forex. For some reason, I don't know what it is, bro. I think it's just because my risk management it became a lot more strict. And a lot more or less lenient because when I was using it was just the perfect transition. If I could paint the picture for you, I was trading all fucking day and night, trying to swing price, catch the layers, and it was profitable. I was doing it. I was sitting through those pullbacks, and during those pullbacks, those pullbacks are many times sustained pullbacks that will fuck up your psychology. Excuse my language, but it will screw with your psychology and you'd close a position or take a loss or get break even. My win rate was heavily affected. I didn't really like it after I tried to do it again after I moved to futures, but I was just like, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, look, I do resonate more towards the scalping intraday style, the swing trading. Maybe one day I'll go back into it and I'll allocate funds just for swinging and be able to do that in a different approach of like a portfolio type of thing, more like an investment route. But yeah, I don't want to extend this talk for too long. T, is there anything else? Is there anything you want to share before I go?
Nah, man. From my side, I am good, bro. I'm good.
Congratulations on
It's just
your
that, yeah.
congratulations on your withdrawal, bro. I
Nah, dude.
see.
They actually there's an error, bro. Like from the broker side, there's an error. Alright,
What
but I
happened?
managed to get like a small trade that I just closed now.
Hmm.
So
Show
basically,
me.
it's just
Show
giving
me.
me
Show me.
an error. Shit. I'm actually on my tablet right now, and I don't have
All right, no
wait, let me
problem. Show me next time.
wait. Can I share via the tablet?
Yeah, you can.
All right, let's see. Mm, I don't know if you guys see. Do you guys see something?
No, I don't see anything just yet.
I currently can't see anything. See.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
It's just a black
Share.
screen.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's just a black screen, do you guys see something now?
No, just your name.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Shit. Okay, share. I click share, right? And then what do I click? Then I
I'd
click
say
screen, yeah?
share screen and
Then
yeah,
start
just
now, right?
yeah, it would I think
Oh
it
yeah.
was
Actually, I think I know